So I noticed that people are applauding Mikey Garcia for doing what he's doing, facing Errol Spence, talking about Mikey's got balls and all of these kinds of things that we're hearing. And I thought about it. I said to myself, where have I seen this scenario before? And why is it that when this scenario played out with that other individual, people weren't saying that? And I'll cite to you guys a similar situation that happened with Adrien Broner. For those of you who don't know, Adrien Broner jumped up 2 weight classes to face and win the welterweight championship against Paulie Malignaggi. He bypassed completely, in an authentic way, he bypassed completely the super lightweight division. So after he had achieved success and dominated at lightweight by beating Antonio DeMarco and then Gavin Reese, he jumped up to welterweight, 2 weight classes, and faced Paulie Malignaggi. And I was trying to remember why people had all these negative views about Adrien Broner. They say Paulie Malignaggi, he's the weakest champion of all the champions and all kinds of crazy things. They criticized him when he beat Paulie Malignaggi and got the decision. I thought about that. I thought about it because the next fight that Adrien Broner had was against Marcos El Chino Maidana. It seems that actually Adrien Broner wanted Marcos Maidana when he jumped up from lightweight. Didn't get it. They gave him something else. And he went for the Marcos Maidana fight. I don't remember anyone crediting Adrien Broner with facing Marcos Maidana when the fight was building up. However, I noticed the hypocrisy again in boxing, where they're actually praising Mikey and saying Mikey's got balls to jump up in weight from lightweight to welterweight. Mind you, he had been at super lightweight before, to face Errol Spence Jr. And I thought that was very interesting. Was it that Adrien Broner was so outspoken and a black person that people decided to badmouth him like that? Because when you look at it, he actually made a move to face Marcos Maidana, which people should have said he had a lot of balls to do. Marcos Maidana was a tough customer, and Adrien Broner was not stopped by Marcos Maidana. And I recall Floyd Mayweather saying once that the 2 people who hit pretty hard was Errol Spence Jr. and Marcos Maidana, and he thought that Mikey Garcia was doing something crazy by going up against Errol Spence Jr. If you think about it, Mikey's doing pretty much the same thing Adrien Broner is doing. And no matter what the outcome, whether Mikey gets beat from pillar to post, whether he gets stopped, whether he makes it to the finish line, or whether he wins this fight, people are going to praise Mikey Garcia nonetheless. What I don't understand is, why was it that they didn't do the same for Adrien Broner? Was it Adrien Broner's attitude? What was it? Adrien Broner has consistently fought top-tier opposition since facing Marcos Maidana. Look at his opponents that he has faced. Marcos Maidana, Sean Porter, Mikey Garcia, Jesse Vargas, a no-name, it's kind of borderline, and then Manny Pacquiao. These are the kinds of fights that Adrien Broner has gotten. He has gotten the fights he wanted to fight, the opponents he wanted to fight, and none of them could stop him. Now, while he had some wins and losses against the major guys, the important thing is he faced them. And you have to give him credit for the courage he took to face the best possible opposition he could possibly face. And that shows that Adrien Broner, as much as people call him a clown, and they say he should retire and all of that, you have to give him his props for doing that. Remember, Adrien Broner is really a super featherweight that jumped all the way up to welterweight. You got to give the guy his credit. And that's literally Hall of Fame sort of attitude and work. Because yes, this guy, he's probably not going to be first ballot Hall of Famer, but the point is this guy never shunned away from the best possible competition he could get. In fact, he would call out for the best possible competition. That was Adrien Broner. Say what you want about him. He's faced the best. Now everyone's giving and heaping praise on Mikey Garcia for facing Errol Spence Jr. And come what may, Mikey is always going to look like a good. He's always going to come up with roses, let's say. Always people are going to say positive things about him. And even if he just gets blown out by Errol Spence, people are going to say he had a lot of balls to do that. And the strange thing is, no one is giving Adrien Broner that credit when it's time to give the credit where it's due. So I thought I'd have this in this video because nobody's talking about that. Everybody's praising Mikey Garcia. But I didn't hear that same sort of tune with Adrien Broner. And yeah, Adrien Broner may not be a likable character to some people because he's outspoken. But at the end of the day, you have to give the guy his props. And he went toe-to-toe with Marcos Maidana too. So, I don't know about you guys, but it's about time we give credit where credit is due. And you got to give this guy his credit for how he handled the situation. And in between those fights, he may not have had the best possible competition, but he had damn stiff competition. Adrian Granados, Khabib Al-Gvurdeev, all right, Emmanuel Taylor. These are all good, solid fighters in between those big major fights. And he got a draw with Jesse Vargas. You know, I thought Jesse Vargas beat him. So, I just wanted to point that out. You guys have a great one.